How you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another BLADE-OSOPHY Sunday, and today we're going to do something that we haven't done in quite a while, and that is to follow the lead of a book. Follow the lead of a comment, a paragraph of a book, and it is none other than The Invention of Solitude by Paul Auster. Wonderful book. This is the third time I read it. And it's a contemplation about fatherhood and very, very recommendable. So I'm going to read a small part of a paragraph, and then we're going to discuss it, how this applies not only to life in general, but also to our collections, to the knife world. And it goes something like this. Things are inert. They have meaning only in function of the life that makes use of them. When that life ends, the things change, even though they remain the same. They are and yet not there. They are there and yet not there. Tangible ghosts condemned to survive in a world they no longer belong to. And it goes on, and it's just a fantastic book. But I just want to leave it there and go from there and talk about the inherent identity of things. That is to say, objects are not going to have the same meaning for others. Our properties are not going to have the same meaning for others as for us, right? The time it took me to learn about better folders, about better knives, about better steels, the time it took me to gather a few GECs and then some Jack Wolfs or some other traditionals, and the time it took me to get hooked to them, right? And to be able to enjoy a slip joint and recognize the quality in design language and fit and finish. So not only here we're talking about more than cash. So who's gonna know all that? Of course I know all of that, but about my collection, it has the value or the importance that I myself give to it, but it will be a whole different set of values and pricing even for someone else. You know, I know there are no cracks in this bone. The pins are well put together, the same as the knife itself for a I don't know what price this knife is now, but it is well centered and everything's okay in this backlock, in this old timer I've had for some time, but only I know about that, and you know how much that is worth. Same as the GEC, same as the Jack Wolf. I often talk about the Kubi Ishtar and what a great design this is. The only thing I have, the only hiccup I have about this is the steel, AUS 10. This is such a great knife, such a great design that it deserved an S30V at least. S35 would have been fantastic. S45, 154 cm. But it's such a great design. But who knows? Who else knows about this? Yeah, I'm sure there's people out there, but you know, in my surroundings, I'm the only person that, you know, that really applauds this from Kubi constantly. Because I truly believe this design deserves it all the way. So, have you ever thought about where your collections are going to end up once you die? Who's going to recognize the magnificence of this knife? Other than, you know, if it ends up in a swap meet, might look like a weird folder. Some people might even think it's from a, you know, a weird gas station knife because they don't know. It takes time to learn these things, to know about carbon fiber, to know about S90V, to know about titanium, and how all of these grooves, all of this work is worth something. And not only that, but this is Sienkiewicz language. How many people know about that? If I was to die, or if I were to die, that's correct. If I were to die, who would know about this? And even more so here in Mexico. So I have to let my family know about this collection. I have to let them know about their pricing. Why? Because I don't want my collection to end up in a swap meet. Of course, when I'm dead, who's gonna care? So that's why before I die, you know, this is something I have decided already. I'm going to sell 90% or so of my collection. Some pieces will be heirlooms for a couple of people. They might be, in your case, your sons, your grandsons, nephews. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a couple of heirloom pieces for those people in my family. You know, the weight, to catch it in the right time, the right moment, at the right price. Some people might just take it as, it's a cool, shiny, big old folder. So, or unless there is someone in your family that gets hooked into knives, you know, perhaps your son or your grandson, then you might think, well, heck yeah, I might leave all the collection to my grandson or granddaughter. Why not? But again, this is something that just each and every one of us know the value of our collections, of our belongings, right? This folder, I truly love this folder. One of the goats for me. Really, And of course, I cannot compare this to any of the others, to my Chris Reeve, to my Hinderers, to my Striders. No, but as I cannot compare this or this or this or this, each have their own place. But this is right there with them. I love this thing. Nightshade. As well as the knife collection, you know. I have my folders, I have my slip joints, but then also I do have a nice knife collection. So, but all that I've decided to sell. And I'm not going to sell right now. This is just thinking about the future. Thinking about what good is all of this going to be for my loved ones. It's not going to be any good. They're not going to know. They're not going to value. They might just sell this for $50, $100, $100, $20, $5 even, you know. And because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the experience, what we went through, what we spent, and not only economically, but time, patience, effort, contacts, etc., etc. So, what do you guys think? I have a list with all of my knives, with their possible sale prices, and who is in the hands of the person I trust the most. And in case something were to happen to me, there are those few heirlooms that I have already assigned, and then the rest, let it be sold, and let the people that still continue in this life, let them enjoy my collection through the money I can inherit. Because in the end, that's what is what they can make use of, a more practical, honest manner, right? And then just to those just a few pieces of heirlooms that hopefully someone will enjoy at least a little bit as much as I did. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Professor EDC out.